Hello class 10 students, how are you? I hope your English exam went very well. Now it's time to open your mathematics books and prepare for the exam which is on 5th of May. So today's video, let us see how to use these 7 days optimally and also discuss how to attempt the mathematics exam. Alright, let's get into the video. First, weightage. By now, you all must be familiar with the weightage, right? So, it is algebra, geometry, trigonometry, mensuration, statistics and probability. These are the units. And in algebra, we have quadratic equations and arithmetic progressions. And both these chapters, if you study perfectly, if you study all the formulae and if you go through all the NCERT, solved examples and exercise problems, you would be good to go and you can easily score 10 marks. Then in geometry, there are constructions and circles, right? So circles are only like two theorems which you have to study and also practice the theorems. I will also discuss how to present the theorem, in what format you have to write so that you can score best of the marks. Next is constructions. Super easy, right? There are only two topics which you have to prepare from and you cannot be expecting more than that, right? So yes, next comes trigonometry. That is some applications of trigonometry you have. So for this chapter, you have to be thorough with the trigonometric ratios. So please make sure you once go through the trigonometric ratios. Do not get confused between 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Okay, go through all the trigonometric ratios. Okay, sine, cos, tan, cot, cosec and sec. Next comes mensuration. In mensuration, it is surface area and volume and it comprises 6 marks. So the weightage is good, right? One chapter you prepare, you'll be getting 6 marks. Good. Same goes with some applications of trigonometry as well. One chapter if you study and you know all the trigonometric ratios, you would be easily scoring 7 marks. Next is statistics and probability is the unit, but in this term we only have statistics chapter. So this actually you have to be very careful while solving the problems because there's too many calculations, right? So one calculation, if it goes wrong, the whole problem goes wrong. So while doing the statistics problems, that is while you're finding mean, median and mode or the missing frequencies from the table, make sure you do calculations very, very neatly, okay? Do not mess up with the calculations, okay? Now we have seen the weightage. So now you know what chapters to prepare first and which order you have to do it. Again, it is subjective to each person, right? Some may feel constructions is easy, but some may feel constructions is hard. So it's upon you to decide which chapter should you go first and which chapter would be easier for you to complete first, okay? So yes, please check the weightage, then go to the preparation. Next. Yes, so I have already talked about statistics, so there is nothing much. You have to just be careful with the calculations. All right. Okay, this is about the weightage. Next, 7-day strategy. So, starting from tomorrow, you have 7 days left for your mathematics exam, right? So, how do you utilize these 7 days optimally? So, first, be consistent with your preparation. If you want to take rest today, that is, you have given your exam, so it's fine to take rest, but still you can just open and go through all the formulae of all the chapters, correct? That at least you can do today. Next, from tomorrow, what do you have to do? First, be consistent with your preparation. As I've already told, do not just wait for 5 days and chill for 5 days and last 2 days don't sit on it and get stressful about the exam. No, this is not you have to do. You have to start working out from today. So today you can just revise all the formulae and from tomorrow start with NCERT. Always start with NCERT, and in NCERT first go through all the solved examples of all the chapters, okay? And again, making sure that you know what is deleted syllabus, right? Please do not waste your time going through the deleted syllabus topics, all right? Okay, first go through NCERT solved examples, which will, you will get the complete idea, complete how to apply the formula, how to apply the concept, right? Next, after you're done with solved examples, make sure you do it exercise problems and exemplar problems. Because if you have gone through the previous year's question papers, you must have observed that there might be around 95% of NCERT problems, just the numerals will be changing, and the other 5% would be from some reference book or some application type problems, correct? So if you complete NCERT thoroughly, if you solve every problem or every concept, you would be gaining easily 95% of the marks. No doubt, I can assure you that, right? Next, after this, you should go through the previous year question papers. Why? Because to know the trend. Again, here I am telling you, I have already done 15 most repeated questions in the past 10 years. It's already on the YouTube. So it is about 45 to 50 minutes, I guess. So please go through that and see what kinds of problems have been repeating in every year. Trust me, theorems of circles chapter have been repeating every year, literally every year. Okay, so now you have understood, you have to go through the theorems first, right? So when you open the chapter of circles, make sure you go through the theorems, then go to the application problems. Same goes with actually every chapter. If you go to surface areas and volumes, what do you have to do? Go through the formulae first, okay? Then see the problems. Because now that you know formulae, you're half done, obviously, right? So if any problem comes, if you know the formula of it, you can easily apply it and get the answer. So yes, this is the strategy. Just make sure first you do NCERT solved examples, exercise, exemplar problems, then go through previous year question papers. Okay? And please don't put your burden of all this on the last day of the exam. No. Please start from today or tomorrow and complete it. You know, just be consistent. That is the only thing. I know I have repeated this word like n times now, but yeah, you have to be consistent with your preparation. And if you do not get any problem while solving it, it's okay. It happens. Just go through the solution again, understand it, and redo the problem, resolve the problem again. Okay? Do not panic that, oh my god, in 7 days I have exam and I'm not able to solve it. No, this doesn't work at all. Okay? Be cool with your preparation. Make sure you solve everything very neatly, very systematically, like how do you do it in the exam. Okay? Don't take that much time. You can just, rush up with the solutions and solving, but you have to just be careful that the steps are in right order while presenting the exam. Okay? So yes, the 7-day strategy again, if you want me to tell, I can't tell it for everyone, right? Because when I want to solve it, I'll go with constructions because there are only 2 topics, I'll complete it. In a half day, I'll complete the chapter of constructions. Then if I go with quadratic equations, there are few formulae, that's it, and few application problems. So I can complete it in another half day. So it depends on me, but you might feel quadratic equations more easier than construction. So you might go for it first. So it depends on you, okay? That's it for the strategy. There's nothing much to tell. So please concentrate on NCERT. Then you pick up the reference book if the time is left. Okay. Next, okay, rough work. This is very, very important in mathematics exam. So this is how your paper would look like, but without margins. So first thing you have to do is draw the margins, right? Why 2 sides? Ma'am, why do we have to do it 2 sides? Because this side, always draw the margins, yes, because this side you would be putting the serial numbers, and next, why the margin on the other side? To do the rough work. So if you want to do any multiplication, obviously, right, you would be doing surface areas and volumes and you'll be having huge multiplications, or when you're solving statistics problems, you have to do additions. So please do it in the rough work. I mean, the space you want to do rough work for, and do not mix this rough work with the problems, because when the examiner is correcting your paper, what is like, he shouldn't get messed up with what is rough work, what is solution, right? So please make sure you draw a rough work column in the exam sheet. Okay, since it is math exam, you might be needing for every sheet. So as soon as you get the answer paper, please draw the margins, one for serial, like writing the serial number of the questions and solutions, and the other side you have to do the rough work. All right. So that's it. This is about rough work. And this would help you in your physics exam as well, I'm sure, because they are numericals. So yeah, it would just look very neatly. That's it. Okay. Next, step-by-step solutions. What is this arrow mark? Let's see. For theorem. So there are theorems you have to prove, right? Obviously there are theorems in circles. So what do you have to do? How should you do it? First, the theorem statement. You have to write it. That is theorem. Put the semicolon or colon and write it. Next, write given to prove that and proof. And if you have to do some construction, please write construction. Okay. So these are the steps. Theorem, given, what is given, what do you have to prove? That is to prove that and proof. And in the middle, if there is any construction, you have to also mention that. And at the end of theorem, after the proof, what would you write? Our most favorite statement in mathematics, hence proved. Okay. And do not forget to draw the figure. Alright. Next, for problems. So when there is a problem, again, you have to definitely write what is given. Suppose, let us take an example of arithmetic progressions, okay. It is given that common difference is 5, last term is 18. So just write given common difference is so and so, last term is so and so, right. Then you can write the formula, whatever formula you're using to do the solution, okay. Next, conclusion statement. So you can write does or therefore, any statement. Like I'll tell you the example for surface areas and volumes. Just write that therefore the volume of the toy is dash, whatever answer you get. Again, if it requires any diagram, please make sure you draw it, okay. And also the labeling part. So make sure you do the right labeling. And if you put ABC, write ABC here, don't write BAC and mess up with the congruency if it is there, right? Because while solving circle problems, you might be needing some similarity or congruency, and it should match, right? You know how to, approach for the congruency and all. So yeah, this is with the problems. What is it? First write given, next formula if you're using any, next solve the problem, then write the conclusion statement and draw the figure if any, do the right labeling. Next, figure, table, diagram, labeling. Again the same thing. Suppose there is a cone, right, and there is radius given, slant height given, and you have to find h, or the other way around. So what do you have to do? First draw cone, then mention what is radius, slant height, then height. Okay. Next, even with the circles problems, so when you're writing APB here, make sure you are labeling it correctly while doing the solution, because sometimes we get messed up. Instead of PA, we'll write PB. So please cross check again whether you are writing the same thing which is actually given in the diagram or the figure. Okay. Next, table. So the table is used only for the statistics problems, right? So draw table very neatly. Use ruler and pencil or ruler and pen, and mention, suppose I'm just taking an example, class interval, class mark, frequency, FI, XI. So it will look very neatly in the exam. This is how you have to present the exam, right? So yes, this is about figures, table and diagram, labeling. Let's go to the next. Okay. So this is how CBSE has given us a sample paper of mathematics, right? I know you must have gone through it already. So yes, there will be 14 questions and we know the marking scheme as well. First 6 questions, 2 marks, that is 12 marks, right? Next, from questions 7, 8, 9, 10, it is 3 marks, and there is internal choice for respective questions. And section C also there are 4 questions. Out of those 4, 2 are case study problems. So now that you are aware how many questions are there, you must have given so many unit tests or pre-finals, and by now you should be aware how much time you're taking to solve 14 problems, right? There is a trick that you have to finish the paper in 1 hour 45 minutes for sure, because last 15 minutes should be given to check the answers. You have to check the solutions again, because you might have made some calculation mistake. You might have taken some wrong, like number. So, last 15 minutes should be catered to that. Okay. So, yeah, how to attempt 2 marks question. So, what's the question here? The curved surface area of a right circular cone is 12,320 square centimeters. If the radius of its base is 56 centimeters, then find its height. So again, it's a surface area and volume question. So what do you have to do? A figure is the must. Then you have to first write given. What is given? CSA of cone is given, radius is given, we have to find its height. Then draw the diagram. Then we know that formula, right? CSA of cone is equals to pi RL. Then substitute the values and do the solution. So I'm not explaining the solution here. I'm just explaining how to attempt the 2 marks question. Okay. So yeah, this is what you have to do. Next for the 3 marks question. Okay. Cut. Next for the 3 marks question. Let Ritu's present age be X years. Okay, so first let us read the question so we'll understand. If Ritu were younger by 5 years than what she really is, then the square of her age would have been 11 more than 5 times her present age. What is her present age? So again, what is her present age? So let Ritu's present age be X years, right? So after this you can start solving. Ritu's age when she is 5 years younger is X minus 5. So according to the question, what can we write? X minus 5 square equals to 11 plus 5x. You can try and not try, you have to solve it, right? And solve for x. So this is the application problem of quadratic equations. Next, 4 marks question. So a boy 1.7 meters tall is standing on a horizontal ground 50 meters away from a building. The angle of elevation of top of the building from his eye is 60 degrees. Calculate the height of the building. Take root 3 equals to 1.73. So whenever they give take root 3 equals to 1.73, you shouldn't leave the answer in root 3. You have to substitute root 3 equals to 1.73, then get the answer, right? So again, this is a question from some applications of trigonometry. Draw the figure, label it properly, and just do step by step. Let AB be the height of the boy. AB equals to 1.7 meters. Let QB be height of the building. Yes. So now in triangle AQC, you are using a trigonometric ratios to find QC length, right? So tan 60 degrees is equals to QC by AC. We know AC equals to 50 meters. So yeah, keep on solving till you get the answer. So at the end, you can write thus height of the building is dash so and so. Okay. So yes, this is about how to present 2 marks answer, 3 marks and 4 marks answers. So yeah, this is it about that. Do not waste much time, thinking it to be tough or something. No, don't assume that math is very difficult. The exam might be difficult. No, nothing like that. So yeah, I wish you all the very best for your mathematics exam. And to make it much easier, you can just go through one shot which we have prepared for all the chapters. Then sample papers also you can go through, and 5 most important questions from each chapter. So yeah, we have already provided you with a lot of content to go through, and also 15 most repeated questions which I have done. So yes, all the very best. I know you're going to rock your paper. Bye bye.
Bring learning alive practically.